we're back. Here we are today. We're ready for the final stage of our project. That's the final coat. Or you could do another coat, but this is the coat with the final paint. So what we're going to do is just pretty much paint this window, but there's a couple things you want to remember. First is how to hold your paintbrush. You want to have a hand that's grasping it kind of like a fin, you know, and that's gonna make it that's gonna be your most exact area, and so you're gonna be able to paint best like that. And me and all the people on my crew paint like this. So basically, what you want to do is go on and get some paint on the board. Go on, just not too much paint. That was a little too much there. So just dip it in the bucket. Touch it on the sides, and then just put some paint up there. Move it around, and now, just like the rest of the work that I did, I want to do this work in sections also, and not all over the place. So I'll just start up here, and do this first section. Now, the hardest thing about windows is the inside of the window. Well, this window is new inside, the exterior casing of the window is not, and that's what we're doing in this case. So right now, after we've got this done, what I'm going to do is paint this casing that's directly touching the new windows, the newer windows. And so I will map this square out right here. And if you see any cracks or any holes, don't be afraid to fill them with paint. And what you want to do is get your paint on there and then make a nice, smooth top coverage, so it you know, you don't have streaks in your paint, because that will show up if you're messy and going all over the place. So I'm almost done over here, and I'm cutting in this window. And now is the best time to fix any errors that you might have, like that, because the paint is wet right now and can be cleaned easily, and when it dries, you'll be scraping it up. There we go. Now, as you can see, I've framed the window, and what I'm going to do here, let's move my chair back. Now what I want to do this side here, because when I come down, it's going to come a little on the front. And we don't want any of those streaks in our paint. And luckily we're doing this whole room, or I'd have to cut this in a little more precisely. It's a little bit easier to put the cutting line in on the wall rather than the window. Just a little trick for painters. Now that we've got a nice coat all on the window, see, as you can, that's what I was trying to avoid right there, those marks. So I'll just straighten this out. Oh, that's nice. Now, I'll do the same thing to here. And just get some paint on there, and then make the strokes look nice. We're going to finish this bottom part here. And, you know, just be careful you don't have anything sticking up, because anything you paint over is going to turn solid soon. Here we got a little drip. No worries, just clean that up. Now remember the same principle that we had on the side. We want to be careful because we don't want to make lines up top which are going to be ugly. put some paint on and make those nice lines all over, fill in any cracks or anything. Now, take a look along the bottom. Give it a good coat down there, you know. Sometimes it's missed, but I guess if you're fixing something or maybe your TV goes here, you're gonna see it. So it's best to remember it. It's often forgotten. We're just gonna keep going up in our counterclockwise fashion and start doing the same thing over here. And when you run into your other paint, it can get a little sticky. So you want to make sure that you're doing this process fast enough that you're still painting wet on wet paint, because that's going to reduce the ability to tell and see brush strokes. And now it's just get the paint on there and then worry about those nice, really sleek looking brush strokes that you can make. And just make it all very nice and clean. And then start on the frame of the window. And here I'm doing the basin. And you can use paint again to fill in any holes or anything that you've missed. Just try to make it all uniform. Cutting a line is one of the most difficult things in painting, and just remember to keep your patience and keep at it and you'll get better at it. But it's just one of those things that comes with time. It's not exactly like using a pen or a pencil. So you have to remember to pull the paintbrush along rather than push. And then all we're left with is this final section over here. Every time you paint, you want to go back and just check for drips, especially on these old windows where there's a lot of bumps and notches where paint can pool up and then drip. Before we do this panel right here, just going to cut in the side again. All right, now we're ready for the finishing touches here. The coup de grace. And that's pretty much how you paint a window. And that's the same care we use with every job and every site for my company, Lorentz Painting Company. And that's the same care we'll use on your home.